So the blame has been assigned, the meeting is over, the memo is drafted. But didn't something feel off about it? It all went so smoothly, too smoothly. There was no drama, no real surprise, just a quiet, efficient click like a lock turning. The right person was found, the story was agreed upon, and the organization can now move on. You might think this is chaos, a random act of unfairness. You're wrong. This is precision engineering. You just watched a pre-programmed safety protocol execute perfectly. When a system needs to expel the toxic waste of failure, it doesn't just vomit randomly. It has a digestive tract, a designed pathway, and you've just seen what or who comes out the other end. If you're watching this, you likely fit one of three profiles. You work in a department everyone knows is a cost center. The first place they look when they need to cut something or blame someone. Your job is so complex that nobody else really understands it, which makes you the perfect candidate for a simplified horror story when things go wrong. Or you're high enough on the org chart for your firing to mean something, but you're far enough from real power that losing you doesn't hurt the core. You're a structural fuse, designed to blow. Your feeling of isolation, it's not personal. It's cold, calculated. The system ran a diagnostic, checked its schematics, and picked you, not by chance, but because you're the perfect part to absorb the fault. A system designed to use you. Let's talk about how that schematic works. Systems don't pick fall guys out of spite. They pick them out of cold, rational calculation. The math has only two variables. Replaceability. How easy are you to swap out? How much would it really cost if you were gone? Explainability. How easy is it to build a story around your failure that everyone will believe? The perfect scapegoat scores high on both. First, replaceability. Every system has spare parts, but some parts are precious backups. Others are designed to be worn down. Imagine a major plane manufacturer after a fatal design flaw. It's not the visionary CEO who pushed for that risky design. It's not the board who approved it. It's the mid-level engineering director left holding the bag after the wings failed, despite knowing his team lacked the resources to address such a flaw. He's expert enough to be a credible villain, but his knowledge is documented. His team has deputies. Losing him is a setback, not a catastrophe. He is the consumable part in the liability engine. The system always looks for the most competent, yet most disposable person in the chain. Your first warning sign, you're in a role where your expertise is critical. So critical, in fact, that your value is seen as replaceable the moment things go wrong. Second, explainability. Complex failure is terrifying. It means the whole machine is flawed. The system needs a simple story, a classic story, a one bad apple story. Watch any political or corporate scandal in the West, a healthcare crisis, a financial meltdown. It's never about perverse incentives, regulatory capture, or systemic rot. It's always about the health secretary who messed up communications or the compliance officer who missed the red flags. Their face fills the news. Their hubris or incompetence becomes the narrative. The public's rage has a target. The system's complexity is hidden behind a single, comprehensible human error. They have a factory that turns systemic chaos into neat personal tragedy, and your role might just fit the mold. Your second warning sign, your job function has a simple public-facing name that can easily be turned into an accusation. Quality control, risk manager, oversight committee. Finally, the path itself has firewalls. The blame has to flow down and out. It must never double back to the core. Look at a big bank fined billions. The investigation might start by questioning culture, but it always ends with a specific sacrifice. The head of European trading and the chief compliance officer are fired. The CEO gives a somber speech about accountability. Notice the pattern? The blame travels down the chain of command, but stops at a carefully chosen level, high enough to look serious, but insulated from the profit-making heart of the business. The CCO is the ultimate blame sink. His entire job is to be the absorbent layer between failure and the real power. These roles aren't just jobs. They are ritual altars. Their function is to be the place where the organization periodically lays down a sacrifice to appease the gods of law, public opinion, and the market. So if you see the gears turning and your name coming up, what do? Your instinct is to yell, "It's not fair." That's the expected noise. It confirms you're playing your part. Here's a different playbook. First, complexify the story. They want a simple narrative. Don't give it to them. Don't just say, "I followed the rules." Start detailing the context, the impossible timeline, the contradictory orders, the budget you didn't control, the data you didn't have. Make the story messy. Complexity is your armor. Second, become slightly less replaceable. This isn't about working harder, it's about making your value tacit and undocumented. Nurture the relationships only you have. Handle the gray area problems no procedure manual covers. Increase the friction of your removal. Make them think it'll be a hassle to lose him. Third, know your place in the circuit. Are you a fuse? A grounding wire? If you are, your goal isn't to stop the electricity. It's to control how you melt. Aim to be seen as damaged in the line of duty, not defective from the factory. While you do this, forget 3 comforting lies. Lie 1, the truth will protect me. It won't. The system needs a useful story, not a true one. Your truth is raw material for their fiction. Lie 2, this is a one-time sacrifice. It's not. Once a component is proven to absorb shock effectively, it will be used again for that purpose. Lie 3, my suffering will fix the system. Your suffering is the system fixing itself. You're not a warning light. You're the burnt-out bulb they replace so the dashboard looks fine. Your roads out are all bad, but they're your only choices. You can stay, you can fight, or you can escape. But each path comes with a price. What would you choose when the system has already decided your fate? Road A, the silent burnout. Take the hit, fade into a quiet, wounded role on the sidelines. Cost, you are now a permanent member of the broken file. You'll be given just enough work to keep you weary or ignite, and you'll be the first name on the list for the next impossible doomed task. Road B, the political gambit. Try to spread the blame to make it a shared failure or process breakdown. Cost, you'll be branded difficult and disloyal. You'll save your job but lose your future. You'll be given a fancy title and zero authority. Road C, the quiet realization. See this as your data point. Your primary value here is as a shock absorber. Start looking, without a word, for a machine that isn't designed to chew up its own parts. Cost, starting over. But it's the only way to stop being a designated consumable. Here's the final ugly equation the system runs. Your responsibility plus your visibility equals your liability. The better you do your job, the clearer it becomes that you will be held accountable for their mistakes. What happens when your success becomes your biggest vulnerability? Your diligence doesn't protect you, it highlights you. And this leads to the most vicious trap of all, a trap that springs shut precisely because you care, because you try, because you take ownership. We look at that trap next. L3-15, why the more responsible you are, the harder it is to escape. Because the system's greatest trick is making you build your own cage, one conscientious act at a time.